I'm still having a hard time accepting it. We've always done things together as a family, and to know that they're not going to be here, it's hard.
Fan of truth, not lies, and for today's episode, we will discuss how a Florida man is facing murder and attempted murder charges after him and his girlfriend got into an argument. Let's get into this story. Chevelle Jordan Jones, 23, opened fire on his girlfriend and her family, including her mother and her young niece, around 4 a.m. on Friday, November 4th, 2022, after an argument at the home occurred. Police responded to the gruesome scene after the fifth wounded victim, who survived, escaped and ran to the neighbor's home and called 911. Orange County sheriffs arrived at the home to find 3 women and a 4-year-old girl who had died from apparent gunshot wounds to the head. Jones then turned the gun on himself, but survived a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head and was taken to a nearby hospital. According to reports, Jones and his 29-year-old girlfriend got into an argument overnight, and Jones began removing his belongings from the house. He returned shortly thereafter and said to have fired shots. Jones is said to have shot and killed his girlfriend, her 28-year-old sister, her 49-year-old mother, and her 4-year-old niece. He also injured his girlfriend's other sister, who is in her 20s, who was able to run into a neighbor's house. During the shooting, it was discovered that the 2 other children, a 6-year-old and a 4-year-old whose twin had been killed, were hiding under blankets when the shooting occurred. Police said Jones had no criminal record other than failing to appear on a misdemeanor charge. Investigators said there was no known history of domestic violence at the home.
Well, nearly 2 weeks ago, she lost her 4-year-old daughter, mom, and sisters in a senseless tragedy. And tonight, the woman who was shot then ran out of the house to get help says she wants some answers she knows she'll never get, as the man accused of killing the family before turning the gun on himself is now in jail. News 6's Carolina Cardona is outside the Orange County Sheriff's Office with the survivor's story.
They ask for their sister all the time, and they say, "Where's Nene?" And I try to change the subject because I don't know how to tell them.
Sharice Neesmith is grieving the death of her 4-year-old daughter, Janice. The little girl shot along with her grandmother and 2 aunts.
And she was arguing with her boyfriend, Chevelle. I guess they were arguing before at the club.
Sharice, who suffered a gunshot wound to her face, tells us her mother Gail and sisters Shantae and Aisha had gone out with Aisha's boyfriend, Chevelle Jones, on November 3rd. But when they got back to the house in Orlando, she overheard an argument, and he was told to leave the house.
My sister was telling my mom, because he would take all his stuff out, right? And my sister would tell my mom, you better get him, because he threw stuff on my niece.
Sharice says Jones went back inside. That's when the shooting began.
Police said no domestic violence had been previously reported. But truly, you never know what goes on in people's homes because it's considered personal. Not everyone is going to discuss their problems that they're having with their significant other unless they're trying to get help. When you're dating someone and they get angry or upset about simple things, pay close attention to their actions. If you observe people, you won't have to say much to figure them out, because sooner or later they will show you. I'm going to leave you with this thought. If they did it to them, what makes you think they won't do it to you? That wraps this episode up. Don't forget to drop a comment, like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you won't miss out on any new episodes.